Hi, today we talk about the Unit 6 with Santiago Meyer and me, Benjamin Barral.
Type of nutrition. All living organisms need substance into their bodies. Some be used to make new parts or repair old parts. Others be used to release energy. Substance is called feeding or nutrition. Animals and fungi cannot make their own food. They feed on organic substance that have originally been made by plants. Some animals eat other animals, and the green plants make their own food. They use simple inorganic substance. Photosynthesis. The green plants make the carbohydrate glucose from carbon dioxide and water. At the same time, oxygen is produced. The green plants use the energy of sunlight for this. This reaction is called photosynthesis. The chlorophyll molecule releases the energy. The released energy makes carbon dioxide combine with water with the help of enzymes. The glucose that is made contains energy that was originally in the sunlight. In this process, light energy is transferred to a chemical energy. Chlorophyll. This is used to make glucose. The sunlight energy has to be trapped. The green plants have a substance which does this, and it's called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the pigment which makes plants look green. It is kept inside the chloroplasts of a plant cell. Leaf structure. A leaf consists of a broad, flat part called the lamina, which is joined to the rest of the plant by the petiole. Running through the petiole are the vascular branches, which then form the veins in the leaf. These contain tubes which carry substances to and from the leaf. Although a leaf is made of several layers of cells, the top and bottom of the leaf are covered with an epidermis. These do not contain chloroplast. Their function is to protect the inner layers of cells in the leaf. Cuticle, it helps to stop the water evaporation from the leaf. There is sometimes a cuticle on the underside of the leaf as well. In the lower epidermis are small openings called stomata, surrounded by a pair of sausage-shaped ward cells which can open or close the hole. Ward cells do contain chloroplast. The middle layers of the leaf called mesophyll. These all contain chloroplast. The cells near to the top of the leaf arrange like a fence or palisade and there form the palisade layer. The cells are rounded and arranged quite loosely with large air spaces between them. They form the spongy layer. Running through the mesophyll are veins. Each vein contains large xylem vessels for carrying water. Phloem tubes carrying away sucrose and their other substances that the leaf has made. The leaf adaptations. The leaves are adapted to obtain carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is obtained from the air. There is not very much available because it's 0.04% of the air is carbon dioxide. The leaf must be very efficient at absorbing it. The cells which need the carbon dioxide are mesophyll cells, can get into the leaf through the stomata. By the fashion, each stomata is in an air space. The carbon dioxide can diffuse to all the cells in the leaf. Water. Water is obtained from the soil. It's absorbed by the root hairs, carried up to the leaf in the xylem vessels. From the xylem vessels to the mesophyll cells by osmosis. Sunlight. The position of a leaf and its broad, flat surface help it to obtain as much sunlight as possible. If you look up through the branches of a tree, you will see that the leaves are arranged so that they do not cut off light from another more than necessary. Plants that live in a shady place often have particularly big leaves. The cells that need the sunlight are the mesophyll cells. In the mesophyll cells, the chloroplasts are arranged to get as much sunlight as possible. In the palisade cells, the chloroplast can lie broadside.
Now I talk about glucose, that is one of the first carbohydrates to be made in photosynthesis. The glucose serves to do energy that be released from glucose in the leaf. The energy that is obtained by the respiration. Some of the glucose which leaf makes be broken to release energy. The glucose may be turned into starch and stored in the leaf. Glucose is a simple sugar that is soluble in water and reactive substance. It is not a very good storage molecule. The glucose is converted into starch to be stored, and the starch is a polysaccharide that made of many glucose molecules joined together. Glucose may be used to make other organic substances. Plants use the sugars to make amino acids, and to do this they need nitrogen. Plants have to be supplied with the nitrogen in a more reactive form, usually as nitrate ions. The nitrate ions combine with the glucose to make amino acids, and the amino acids then strung together to form the protein molecule. And another substance that the plant make is the chlorophyll. They need nitrogen and magnesium that, like the nitrate ions, is obtained from the soil. To sucrose for transport. A molecule has to be small and soluble to be transported easily. Glucose, it is converted to the complex sugar sucrose to be transported to the other plant of the plant. Sucrose molecules are quite more insoluble but less reactive than glucose. The sucrose may later be turned back into glucose again to be broken down to release energy, or turned into starch and stored, used to make other substances which are needed for growth. I talk about limiting factors. If a plant is given plenty of sunlight, carbon dioxide and water, the limit on the rate at which it can photosynthesis is its own ability to absorb these materials and make them react. For example, if you give these elements, the limit to do of the photosynthesis is the capacity to absorb it. Then the sunlight, as light intensity increases, the rate of photosynthesis will increase. Even if the light becomes brighter, the plant cannot photosynthesis any fast. And light is a limiting factor. The plant is limited in how fast it can photosynthesis. Then the carbon dioxide, that the more carbon dioxide a plant is given, the faster it can photosynthesize up to a point, but then a maximum is reached. Then at low temperatures the reactions of photosynthesis take place, so a plant can photosynthesis faster on a warm day than on a cold day. If the stomata are closed, then photosynthesis cannot take place, so open when are cold to don't evaporate the water. Then growing crops in glass houses. In glass houses, then it is possible to control the conditions so that they are photosynthesizing as fast as possible. If the light can also be controlled too, so in cloudy or dark conditions you can add extra lighting. In a closed glass house, you need to have windows to allow hot air to escape. Then the carbon dioxide concentration can also be controlled. In a closed house, a glass house, it is possible to provide extra carbon dioxide for the plants. Leaves for starch. Iodine solution is used to test for starch, and a black color shows that starch is present. If you put iodine solution onto a leaf which contains starch, it will not turn black very fast because starch is inside the chloroplast in the cells. Another difficulty is that the green color of the leaf and the brown iodine solution can look black together. Before testing a leaf, you must break down the cell membranes and get rid of the green color. The cell membranes are the first broken, and then the chlorophyll is removed by dissolving it out with alcohol. Then the control is given everything it needs, including substance being stated for. Sometimes the control is a leaf or even a part of the leaf. The control has all the substance it needs while the experimental plant is lacking one substance. Both plants and then tracked exactly the same way. At the end, test a leaf from your experimental plant and one from your control to see if they have made starch, and then comparing. You can find substances are necessary for the photosynthesis. And then to the starching plants, it's very important that the leaves are testing should not have any starch. They did the end of the in the end of the investigation. You couldn't be sure that they have been photosynthesizing. So before doing any of the investigations, you must discharge the plants. To do this is to leave them in a dark cupboard for at least 24 hours because cannot photosynthesis while they are in a cupboard because they don't have light. Finally, uh, I talk about the importance of photosynthesis, that is the basic reaction which brings the energy of the sun into ecosystems. It's essential for maintaining a constant global level of oxygen and a carbon dioxide. The oxygen given off is available for respiration.